Hi guys, welcome back. Today's recipe is going to be a dessert. It's called Tres Leches cake, and Tres Leches means 3 milks in Spanish. So this is actually a Spanish dessert, and it's a sponge cake that's soaked in 3 different types of milk, and it's so yummy. And I thought today was appropriate to put it up since it's Thanksgiving. So I just wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys eat lots of food. So here are the ingredients for the cake, and all the exact measurements and ingredients will be listed in the description box below. I have some flour, some whole milk, eggs, some vanilla extract and some lemon extract, baking powder, salt, granulated sugar, and butter. And for the milk part, this is what we're going to use to soak the cake. You'll need some condensed milk, some evaporated milk, and some heavy cream. And we're going to do a homemade whipped cream topping, so you'll need some heavy cream as well as some confectioner's or icing sugar. You can buy the whipped cream in the can, or you can choose to do it at home. So because I have all this heavy cream, I'm just gonna make a fresh batch at home. So the first thing you want to do is cream your butter and your sugar, and make sure your butter is at room temperature and it's nice and soft. You can use a stand mixer for this, or a hand mixer if you want. I prefer to use a stand mixer because it's just easier, because you want to get the butter and the sugar going for a little while until it's nice and fluffy. So you want to add your room temp butter to the mixing bowl, and you want to put it on the lowest speed. And while it's mixing on the lowest speed, I'm going to add the sugar gradually. So now you want to increase your speed to about medium to medium high, because you want the sugar and the butter to really come together, and you want that sugar to dissolve in the butter. So once the butter and sugar has creamed nicely, you'll see that it has a very nice light yellow color. So what I'm going to do now is put the speed on back to low. I'm going to let it mix, and as it mixes, I'm going to add my eggs one at a time. I'm gonna add my vanilla and lemon extract at this point. So once the egg has mixed into the butter and the sugar, now we're gonna work on our flour mixture. Now to the flour, you wanna add your baking powder and your salt and give it a good mix. So to my egg, sugar and butter mixture, I'm gonna add just a little bit of the flour mixture that I just mixed. And I'm gonna put the speed up to medium, and as it mixes, I'm gonna add the flour mixture gradually. So while it's mixing, you want to stop it and go in and scrape the sides of your bowl, and then let it mix again until everything's incorporated, and stop the mixer because you don't want it to overmix. So you just want to mix it until everything's incorporated without overmixing it. So once everything's incorporated, you'll see a nice pale yellow color, and that's what you're looking for. And the consistency of mine is perfect, so that's why I turned it off, because as I said, I don't want to overmix it. So at this point, you want to add your milk in, and I actually forgot to add my milk, but you would want to add your milk at the point before you add your flour. So you want to mix the milk in with the egg, the butter, and the sugar. But even though I forgot to add it in the beginning, it still came out perfect. So I have a regular, just rectangular glass dish here, and I actually just lined it with some parchment paper, and I greased the bottom of the dish before I added the parchment paper, so it'll be easy to pop the cake out of the dish when it's finished, because I want to soak it while it's warm. So I'll want to get the cake out of the dish while it's still warm. So now you just want to pour that mixture onto the parchment paper in the dish,
and it's quite runny. It's not too thick, so there's no need to like spread it out or anything. It's gonna pour evenly onto the dish. So we're gonna bake this until a toothpick comes out clean when you stick it in the center, and I'm gonna leave it in there for about 25 to 30 minutes. So my oven is set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm gonna put it in now and I'll check you guys back in about 25 to 30 minutes. So my cake just came out of the oven. I'm gonna take it out of the dish and I'm gonna leave it on a rack to just cool down a little, and then I'm gonna work on my milk mixture. So we're actually gonna make the Tres Leches mixture now, which is the 3 types of milks. So I'm just gonna add my 3 different types of milks, the condensed milk, the evaporated milk, and the heavy cream, and I'm just gonna mix all together. So you want to make sure everything is mixed, because you know that condensed milk is very thick. So make sure it gets really mixed with the heavy cream and the evaporated milk. So I actually just inverted the cake, and now I'm going to take a fork, or you can take a skewer, and you just want to make holes throughout the cake. Make sure you make lots of holes so when you add that milk mixture, it's going to really get absorbed into the cake. So now is actually the fun part. We're gonna soak the cake now. I think this is the funnest part for me. So I just took a spoonful of that Tres Leches mixture, and I'm just gonna spoon it over the cake, but don't over add mixture. Just add enough, let it absorb first, and then add some more. You don't want to add all at once because it's just gonna run off and it's not gonna be absorbed by the cake. So I'm sure you could see how the cake is absorbing that mixture. So I'm waiting until it's absorbed, and then I'm adding a next layer of the milk mixture. And you just want to continue doing that until it's absorbed everything. So I put my cake in the fridge for an hour and a half, and it's completely absorbed all that milk. There's just a thin film at the bottom, and I think that's just the last layer I had added, and it just leaked down. So now I'm gonna make the whipped cream topping that we're gonna put on top of the cake. So the first thing we're gonna add is the heavy cream, and you have to make sure that the heavy cream is extremely cold. The next thing you wanna add is some confectioner's sugar or icing sugar. This is just to sweeten it up a little bit. And I'm also gonna just add a dash of vanilla extract. So to make the cream, you'll need a stand mixer or a hand mixer with a whisk attachment to it, and you wanna mix it on a high, and you want stiff peaks to form. So keep mixing until you start to notice stiff peaks. So this is how it's gonna look when it's ready. Now you just wanna spread it all over your cake. You don't have to do it in any special way. You can just spread it however you want. Just create a nice even layer on top of your cake. So once you finish spreading your whipped cream topping on top, now you can garnish it with some cherries. And I have the cherries with the stem. I just like how they look. So I'm just gonna garnish mine with some cherries, and then I'll cut it and show you guys what it looks like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Tres Leches cake recipe. It's such a delicious cake. You guys have to try it out. It's so nice and moist. And even though it's soaked up all that milk, it's actually not soggy at all. It's just a really delicate cake, and it's so yummy. So you guys have to try it out. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave questions or comments, leave them below. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to see all my videos as soon as I post them. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!